Good morning, good afternoon to all delegates who have joined us today for the Oman edition of the World CIO 200 2020 Roadshow, brought to you by Global CIO Forum and organized by GEC Media Group. On behalf of Global CIO Forum and GEC Media Part and GEC Media Group, I would like to welcome all of you. Having completed the Africa, Europe, Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, and Saudi edition of the summit, we are very honored to be present here in the Sultanate for the sixth edition of this mega and global CIO summit. And we are happy to be continuing the legacy with all of you on board with us. This year's CIO 200 Summit revolves around the theme of LeadX, which is leading through transformation, where technology is borderless, ambitions are fearless, and leadership is limitless. The World CIO 200, established in 2017, is a multi-country CIO felicitation ceremony that recognizes the achievements of the digital leaders of today. Touring globally, we award the hardest taskmasters who have brought transformative changes in the IT infrastructure of their organization. This year, we are touring 40 plus countries, of which many significant editions have already been completed. And as the tradition goes, after completing the entire roadshow, we would be conducting a grand finale. For every year, we choose different locations. And this year, we are very happy to say that the grand finale will be happening in Pattaya, Thailand on November 22nd and till 24th. So top handpicked CIOs from all the local country editions will be flying into Thailand in an all expense paid trip. They will be staying with us for 3 nights of absolute networking and various technology keynotes and other things. So we have a very good day lying in front of us. We have some significant keynotes from Oman, very reach out CIOs who would be talking to us about how transformation has been for them. And slowly we would be moving to the CIO 200 awards for the Oman. So without further ado, I'm to present the opening session for the day. I would like to call upon Mr. Ronak Samantarai, the co-founder and CEO of JC Media Group, to present the welcome note. Hi, Ronak, and over to you.
Hi, Anushree. Thank you for the warm welcome. And very good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to everyone who has joined us for this CIO 200 Roadshow Oman, which has been happening virtually. But what a great series we have so far. I'm so excited because this roadshow started almost 3 months back, and we've been traveling back to back countries. As Anushri mentioned very well, this year we are doing it in 40 plus countries, and a good 85% of that has been completed. And after Oman, if I'm not wrong, so we are left with Egypt, India, Pakistan, and Singapore, and then we fly out to the finale, the grand finale, which will be taking place in Thailand on the November from 22nd till 24th. Like CI 200 has been a mastership on its own, and definitely a big shout out goes to our leadership, who has been very thought provoking in this, and making sure that every year we are bringing it in a bigger and a most advanced way. And a big thank you to our MD and founder, Mr. Tushar Shah, whose vision has always been is being a stepping stone for us, and more than anything, to see where the market is going. And that's been our strength, and that's how we have differentiated. So GC Media Group has always been been a proud and advanced media house in this region, right from our magazines to online platforms to the events. And yes, this year 200 Roadshow has been shaped up really well as well. So again, thank you to all our sponsors who have been active part in this roadshow, because without them, it is not possible for sure. And with all the support of the industry across all the 40 countries, from all our esteemed speakers, panelists, and the guests, all the CIOs, all the IT directors, all the IT managers, everyone in the IT industry ecosystem has supported us. So thank you so much. And let's the Oman leg begin. And have a great day. Means stay tuned. We are excited on this Oman leg as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ronak, for that wonderful welcome note. And yes, as you
Thank
very
you.
correctly said, this would not have been possible without the support of all our partners and CIOs. So on that note, it gives me absolute delight and pleasure to welcome on board our country opening keynote speaker, yet again, one of the strongest personalities in Oman who have been with us from, I can proudly say that the very inception of Global CIO Forum. He has been a part of all the journeys we have had together, and it's a great honor to call upon Mr. Abdullah Al-Barwani, GM Corporate Security of Omantel, to come and present the opening country keynote. Abdullah is an experienced Director General with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and services industry. He is skilled in business planning, managed security services, IT service management, and IT strategy, and much, much more. Dr. Abdullah, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on board, and over to you.
Very good morning and welcome from my side to all participants to the CIO Forum, the Oman edition. And we're very happy to see everyone here in the forum. We definitely were hoping to see you physically, but this time I think the board has decided to make it virtual. So next time we're really hoping to see you physically here in beautiful Oman, so you can also enjoy the weather and all the sightseeing there is to enjoy in Oman. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity again to be part of this, very prestigious forum. As Anushri has highlighted, I've been around, for the past 10 years, almost in every forum, and proudly say that, it's been very insightful, and I met very, very interesting people throughout, the past 10 years. So thank you very much for, again, giving me that opportunity to be part of it. So as an opening note, we cannot do it, of course, without, since this is the Oman edition, maybe we would like to highlight just a little bit about what Oman has done in regard to digital transformation. So we've taken it, again, like many countries, on a high level, where we have a national transformation plan as part of our e-government initiative. We came a long way. We started back in 2006, where we focused initially on the foundational elements, like having the right infrastructure in place. And we can proudly say that a lot that has been done in that regard. Now we have more than 97% of our population having a broadband access, which is key, of course, to accessing all e-transformation and e-services in the country. And similar to many countries, we focused on our people, because we truly believe that digital transformation is about people, and about the value that we add to the society. In addition, of course, to the value that corporates are enjoying, cost saving, better customer experience, faster go-to-market as part of their strategies, etc., etc. So we know that digital transformation is becoming even more important, talking about society. We have an example of Japan, for instance, that is talking about Society 5.0 right now as a main pillar, as a main goal to go through the digital transformation program. So throughout my personal experience, 22 years plus in this domain, There are a few tips that I would like maybe to share with the participants. So the first one about top management support. We've learned this sometimes, the hard way, is that top management support is very, very important in any initiative, whether it is on a national level or in a corporate level, without which, this program is doomed to fail. And with that, of course, for CIOs, it is very, very important to map business requirements to the digital transformation plan. And again, from our experience, we've seen that being one of the main reasons why some of these initiatives fail is that because we still think about it as a technology revamp or as a digitization of existing processes and services, ignoring the complete system of having culture change and getting the buy-in from all stakeholders in that ecosystem. So thirdly, and the third point that I also would like to share is that now digital transformation is impacting every industry, and still we have industries that are thinking they can still do their day-to-day businesses in their comfort zone of neglecting the change. So digital transformation does impact every industry. So every industry must onboard in that journey, and they must be ready for it. Another point is also digital transformation is disruptive. So we cannot think about it from a technological point of view alone. We have to be prepared for it. It's going to impact the culture of the organization. It will impact especially your customers and your employees. So you must go through a proper change management process where you get everybody ready, and you try to get the buy-in and get everybody onboarded. And the best way to do this is really by showing value that this CIO is bringing about by engaging in this transformation plan. And talking about technology, we know that there are new trends that must be adopted. I mean, we cannot also ignore all the changes, even though it is a very, very, very fast pace. So we have to be ready for it. But also, it is very important to understand, I mean, with all these technologies such as, AI, machine learning, IoT, etc., they come with their own risks and challenges, which must be understood, by the CIOs, and they must be ready for it. Again, by having the right change management process in place, but also the right culture within the organization and the right skill set, whether this is something that can be developed in-house or can be acquired, by an expert house. So one thing, about, this change, what we have seen, from our experience is that there is always an expectation gap between senior management, customers, and CIOs in organizations, where sometimes CIOs they oversell the initiative, and they overpromise with the values and the change that this digital transformation is going to bring to the organization. So I would like to emphasize here is that expectation management is key to the success of these programs and initiatives. So we have to manage the expectations of the management, and we have to convey the right message. So with the promises and the values that this program is going to bring to the organization, we must also state the challenges and the prerequisites that must be in place, for the program to be successful. So with that said, of course, I've spent most of my career in cybersecurity, and cybersecurity is still one of those high risks, and it is still on the top of the list. Why people are resistant, digital transformation. Of course, now it's gotten even more complicated, where we have new risks that are more complex in nature due to state sponsorship of these attacks, and we have also the dark web and the underworld that is having its own business model and becoming a super rich as an industry. We're talking about close to $17 trillion that is circulated in this economy, if I may call it as an economy. So we need to keep that in mind. And also we have a shortage of skills. So I mentioned, the fast changing pace of technology. And unfortunately, not every country and not every industry is keeping up with that change in developing the right skills. So skills, especially in cybersecurity, is becoming a big issue. And of course, the way to deal with that is, for organizations to spend more and invest more, I should say, in developing their own skills, but also to be open for a hybrid mode where you acquire these skills, from expert houses. So as a small tip on cyber security world, of course, we should not neglect and we should not underestimate the basics of this industry. We should still worry about things like patch management, endpoint security, identity and access management as foundational elements. But these foundational elements we still see from our experience that are in many cases are neglected, and they're not optimal in organizations, leaving these organizations to be under the mercy of attackers in many situations. And in this world, it's becoming very, very difficult to protect, assets within organizations. So CIOs and CISOs, in addition to trying to protect their assets, they should also develop skills to be able to respond to security incidents. So security incidents and attacks are going to happen no matter how much is spent in the protection of assets. So you must have very qualified people and systems to be able to enable you to respond to security incidents when they happen. And for more complex organizations, it's also becoming an even more important service to buy, which is called, the retainer service. And there are also a few players here in the region that offer this service. And with that service, at least you'll always have that insurance, is that if you ever encounter an incident that you're not able to solve internally, there is somebody who can support you in a level 3 and level 4 support. So with that said, again, I would like to thank you for the opportunity, and I would like to welcome everybody to this forum. Wish this forum all the success, and looking forward to seeing you all in next forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Durrani, as usual. We have some questions from the audience, so I would just like to take up one, keeping the time in mind. So a participant is asking that showing value for every business department is likely to be challenging during change management. Is there any best practices you suggest to help in this area?
Yes, sure, and I do understand that is also challenging, and I think the biggest challenge trying to align this to the business value is being able to have a clear and a very well documented business strategy that is at least consistent enough to for CIOs to base their program on. More lucky organizations will have this documented and adopted by the organizations. But for those who do not have it ready, and it's difficult to get it from business units, the way we've done it also is that we've done our own homework and due diligence, and actually we presented business cases to business people, showing them the value of this digital transformation, whether it is cost saving or improving the performance and the efficiency of the organization, or even having new digital services and products that the organization can monetize. So this is one of the ways that I would like to suggest to CIOs they take it forward.
Thank you so much, Dr. Barwani, for taking up that question. And once again, on behalf of Global CIO Forum and all the participants, I thank you for your valuable time that you have shared with us. We look forward to seeing you very soon in person, as we have been saying, and we wish you a fantastic day. Thank you so
very
much.
Thank you.
All right, attendees, on that note, I would like to call upon our next speaker for the day, Dr. Salim Al-Shuaili. He is the Director of Artificial Intelligence and Advanced Technology Projects Unit in National Center for Space, AI, and Advanced Technology. He is an expert in various domains like technology management, cloud computing technology, strategic planning, business and technical applications and solutions, and much more. Dr. Salim, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today. The stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dita, initially for your welcoming and for your nice word. And I would like to send my regards to all of listeners and who's following us now. And I really would like for the World CIO 200 Summit all the successful. And definitely at the end, you will come up with lots of ideas that it will be beneficial for anyone. So this one, because I am supposed to talk about leading organization through the changes. And we know when you have best examples in the life, how the organization being changes through several processes. And if you have any incident that boosts or boost the changes, and instead of taking long time, it takes short time. And this is what was happening during the COVID-19 through the pandemic when it's coming. So I will take that example as a pandemic and how it was boosting the organization, all the organizations to do the changes. And when I talk about the changes, I talk about the from the technology perspective and side, because it is, I think, the technology, we are living in the technology era this time. So changes is not just changing of the structure, not changing of the behavior, not changing of the technology boost or force us to change everything in the environment, changing from A to Z. So when we're talking about the changes, normally in change management, we are talking about 5 aspects. We are talking changes about the people, changing people behavior, the processes, the technology itself, the culture, and the environment. And we have seen this during the pandemic, COVID-19, how all these five, being affected. The people have been changes, so they worked remotely, and when they are coming, they have to do some social distancing, and even for the processes, yes, instead of the processes taking long time or long processes, it was taking only short processes. Even for the technology, yes, people was not utilizing, was not forced to use any technology. But at that time, till today, they are forced to use. For example, now we are using one of the online platform. Why we are using this online? Why we are now in a virtual events? Before COVID-19, there were no virtual events. Really, we're hearing about virtual event. But now from COVID or from that pandemic till today are all inward. The virtual thing is coming on board. And then also from the environment, the environment being changed, and also the culture being changed. When we talk about the changes, there is a difference between the generations. The current generation, we call it Generation Z. So they are not believing on what our behavior before. They are all they are believer on the technology itself, because they didn't see the world before. When we're explaining or we are trying to tell them about the stories, it's like some of the fiction for them. So talking about the technology, yes, but utilizing the technology in the right way, that they need somebody to guide them to the right way. They know about the online meeting, but are they attending the online meeting? Are they attending the online lessons? Maybe doubt it. I can say 60% only, 40% they are not. So as I say, written technology is a must for schools catering for generations, not even for the schools. We talk about the school again for the whole generation, for the schools, for the colleges, for the universities, for the entities themselves. In order to get an impact of these changes, it has to be resilience, or the solution has to be resilience, flexibility and adaptability, emotional intelligence it has, and continuous learning for that one, and entrepreneurial skills, creativity and critical thinking. So all these to create the culture for the changes. Crisis for the pandemic, as I said, that I will take this example. Its pandemic is a catastrophe taking an enormous toll on humanity, disrupting lives and livelihoods. The scale and severity of COVID-19 is unprecedented. For COVID-19's crisis and catalyst, why? The observation of the crisis and how the government has been responded to this one. So when we are talking about this one, how the government observation and how the government has responded. In order to understand the significance of the crisis for government institution, it is worth examining how individual governments will respond to that one. And the extent of these responses can give insights into the magnitude of the crisis in terms of decision-making processes, service delivery, or public sector operations. So of course, there is 9 broad categories of government activities has been identified from, I can say, from these initiatives. One, infection control or tracking measures, strengthening public communication and data sharing, adjusting services delivery to the crisis context, social solidarity and scaremongering, also leveraging and redeploying existing resources solution. Infection control or tracking measure that we say, strengthening public communication and data sharing, adjusting services, social solidarity, and caremongering, leveraging and redeploying existing resources and solutions, crowdsourcing ideas and solutions, open calls, hackathons, and other challenges mechanisms. Adaptive responses by legislatures, collective learning and sense-making, structural responses, and possible longer-term shifts. What do these developments signify or suggest? Of course, role of the test. When we say role of the test, government is an essential actor and needs to be a guide and responsive. The importance of the novel solutions, innovation, investing in technologies and relationships and partnerships with non-government actors are fundamentals to government abilities to adjust to a changing context. Novel responses do not come out of nowhere. That means the ability to do new things depends upon past decisions, experiments, investments, and capabilities. The relevance of digital and data readiness to enable public responses. That means digital government and data are fundamentals to enabling agile and effective responses. We need also additional prominence of the open government, digital and innovation agendas. That means the crisis has given additional attention and prominence to the existing agendas of digital transformation, open government, and public sector innovation. A shared experience across the system that may shift default expectation for those countries with extended lockdown periods or shift to sustain teleworking and prioritizing of digital service delivery. This crisis is likely to shift default expectation of what is normal and how things should or could be. In last discussion, of course, with United Nations and also in the ITU, they all voted for the hybrid telework, hybrid environment. And instead of all telework or physically, they prefer to be hybrid because some of the work people has to attend to the work itself. Coming to the communicating through an open government lens, communicating uncertainty in a transparent manner has been essential in retaining and increasing citizen trust during the pandemic. Effective public communication around integrity-related commitments through the crisis has been essential to help ensure that they are upheld. The statements and commitments made as part of public communication are what citizens and CSOs can hold their government accountable for in the aftermath of the pandemic. Framing communications in a way to empower and engage citizens in the fight against the virus. Crisis, innovation, determinants, and the needs for an ongoing engine for questioning and challenging. In order for government to be able to call upon innovative responses on an ongoing basis, there needs to be clarity, parity, suitability, normality. Clarity, an overriding message that change is necessary. The pandemic has provided a strong message from the centers of government that new solutions are needed. Must be parity and ability for new options to be given equal consideration as existing solution. The crisis has revealed a number of existing practices. Suitability, investments in or support for new ways of working and thinking when different approaches are required. In response to the crisis, government have rapidly made resources available cross-sector to support new methods and approaches. Normality, a tolerance and openness to the government trying new things, and an acceptance that not all of them will work. During the height of the pandemic, doing something unusual often become perfectly normal because everything be changed. So whatever was seen abnormal, it became normal. So that was the end of my presentation and my talk about changes. And I think what I was saying, it was in general regarding all the organizations. And also it was derived from my current organization and how we faced the challenges of during the pandemic. And we were able also to embrace the technology in our organization for the teleworking systems, also monitoring systems, also for keeping reporting systems. So people till today, even if they would like to work from home, we have this option to work from home. But you know, it must do the governance and regulations, policies and regulations has to be changed for this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Salim, for that absolutely brilliant keynote. Give me a second to see through the questions that we have got from the audience. Just a second. Okay, there is one interesting question where one has asked that now that the pandemic is coming to an end, and like as we are saying that we are stepping into a post-pandemic world, are there any learnings from the pandemic that can be applied for hybrid education or the hybrid work environment?
Yeah, in fact, the pandemic was a gift from our God to all the humanity, to our earth, to boost for our world, to boost everything that it was under the tables. So, of course, definitely all the organizations, all the countries was competing each other to deploy the technology to use it. And since that technologies, either for the related to the organization, professional organization, or to the educational organization, was used and successful during the pandemic, I think it can be ongoing and used till the end. The pandemic, I can say, maybe the COVID-19 was end. Maybe we can assume it is end, but we don't know what's next. And we have to prepare ourselves for the coming, any crisis, it's coming, any pandemic crisis, whatever it's coming. So people now can get their learning from anywhere in the world. For example, or everyone, they can register to any university in the world, and from his home, he can get the lessons. And that's why how we can make it a sustain for a long time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Salim. If there are some questions, I shall be reaching out to you offline so that we can get back to our participants. Once again, thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with us. It was really a great pleasure to have you, and we look forward to seeing you in person very soon. Thank you so much and wish you a great day.
Thank you very much. I'm wishing you all the successful, and you come with all of your series of the events to be successful.
Thank you, Dr. Salim. That really means a lot to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome on board our next speaker, Ms. Thuraya Al-Hatti. Thuraya is currently working as the project manager in Digital Transformation Empowerment Unit in the Ministry of Transport and Communication and IT. She is leading some of the top national projects under digital transformation in Oman, which are the Oman National Government Unified Platform and the National Oman Data Platform. She is an expert in emerging technologies, open data, and digital transformation with more than 12 years of professional experience. Ms. Thuraya, welcome on board. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. All yours.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. It's my pleasure to be here today to talk about digital transformation in general, and also digital transformation specifically in Oman. So today I'm going to talk about digital transformation. I'm just give you some insights, statistics, and facts. And then I'm going to talk about the digital transformation program in Oman. And then I'm going to highlight a general framework and strategic direction for this program. And then I'm going to move to talk about the National Unified E-Services Portal. And finally, I will conclude to highlight some points and like how to prepare organization to embrace digital transformation. Well, digital transformation is essential for all businesses, to the private or to the government sectors. And let's see the statistics and facts basically related to the digital transformation. Actually, the total investment, approximately $7 trillion expected to reach by 2023. And also, according to IDC, the total investment will be reach about 58 billion by 2025. And also related to the statistics related to smart city, it will be reach about 25 trillion by 2026. And the smart infrastructure revenue will be more than 70 billion US dollars. And what we can see, actually, the organization nowadays, they realize the importance to adopt digital transformation within the organization, also to adopt the latest emerging technology and smart solutions to expedite the services implementation and process simplification. And now I'm going to talk about digital transformation. Well, in 2022, we received a direction from His Majesty to accelerate the execution of digital transformation in Oman, and also to expedite the implementation of the National Unified Portal. So here I'm just going to highlight the Oman achievement in digital transformation in a brief. So basically, we focus more about services process, which is mainly about developing and automating the service process. I'm going to talk in the next slide about the glance about the services and statistics related to the services automation under the digital transformation. Another thing, which is the national infrastructure. Basically, we have a high-speed unified government network. We have the e-authentication center and many initiatives that would support the path of digital transformation. Another thing, which is the open data. Basically, when it comes to the open data, we're using the sharing data by open data approach. So basically, we are encouraging the government entities to publish their open data and their open data when it comes to the services, when it comes to any data that will help let's say the youth or the citizens to utilize it and come up with innovative solutions and applications. Another thing which is related to the integration, we are supporting the integration between the government agencies. We're encouraging also the government entities to integrate between each other in order to have a centralized data. And also regarding to the standards and policies, we set up a lot of standards and policies that will have organized digital transformation. Like we have a government information sharing policy, e-participation policy. We have the data protection law, the data governance strategy, and the cloud first strategy, and etc. According to the UN e-government survey 2022, actually Oman achieved 15th rank in the global e-government development index, and also achieved the e-service achieved 24th rank globally in e-service development index, and the second in Arab world in the Gulf region. And here I'm going to talk about the general framework in Oman Government Digital Transformation Program. So basically, we defined what is the vision for our program. So basically, what we're aiming to achieve, to have an innovative government apparatus that provides rewarding digital experience, smart services, and proactive measures. So basically, we defined the framework. The first thing, what we did, we aligned with the Oman Vision 24, which is focused in two themes: the people and society, and the institutional performance. And then we define the direction, which is like to have a high quality government performance services, to have like a flexible, innovative future shaping for the government, to have advanced infrastructure and technology enabling to all sectors, and to have a balanced and reliable government decisions. After that, we defined the pillars that will support the government digital transformation program. And these pillars mostly are focusing about cybersecurity, shared digital platform and solutions, advanced digital architecture, to have a data standardization, integration, and availability. And also, which is important, to have the regulations and laws, and of course, the simplification for the services and process. After that, we defined 4 paths for this program. The first path, which is the community participation, the second, which is the change management, the third, the efficiency, and the fourth one, the excellency. And now I'm just explain the path, this path for digital transformation program. So basically, we have the excellency, which is caring about the excellency of the services, to come up with the services based on the user's needs, to increase the level of satisfactions when it comes to the services itself. Regarding to the empowerment, we're focusing to empower and to change the leadership, and to focus about building capacity, to empower, let's say, the employees of the government entities, to give them extensive training in different fields. And also, 2 weeks ago, we have launched a great initiatives. We call it McKean. And actually, McKean, it's aimed to qualify the digital competencies to equip up to 10,000 Omani youth, especially who are targeting the job seekers. And part of this McKean also to empower the women, to empower the women in ICT sector. The third part, which is related to the participation, which is related to engaging the citizens, engaging all the users to be part of this digital transformation ecosystem. And the fourth one, which is the efficiency, which is focused about to come up with centralized solutions and platforms, digital and innovation to ensure the sustainability of this program. After that, we defined what we're looking for. We're targeting to have 26 strategic objectives. And also we set up 67 performance indicators. And we propose to have 36 project initiatives by end of 2025. So this, I'm going to just give a glance about the services. So basically, we are done to classify and simplify about 2,984 services related to the government entities. Also, we have centralized lab that target to re-engineering the services and processes for 53 government entities, and we are already done one of the lab. We end up to re-engineer 45 services. Also, this year we launched about more than 50 e-services related to the government entities, and also we started the Mr. Shopper. The Mr. Shopper, it's like want to increase and enhance, to evaluate the e-services especially when it comes to the services related to the public sector. Now I'm going to talk about the National Unified E-Services Portal. Basically, nowadays, especially in Oman, we have more than 70 portals related to the government in Oman, which is basically confuse the users. Let's say to finish your services, you have to visit many websites, many portals. So we come up with an idea. So we're working in a project we call the National E-Services Unified Portal. The idea to develop a portal, a portal that gathered all the services to be in one hub, to have a common infrastructure to provide the smart government services, in order to accelerate the automation of government services and also to improve the user experience. We want to come up with we want to enhance the user journey for the service, because we want to build services based on the user's needs, what they are looking for, what they're let's say the obstacles they face. Based on that, we come up with a unique services for the users. And of course, one of the main pillar, what we're looking for, to provide an accurate statistics about the government transaction. And this is like what we're looking for. Like, first of all, we're looking for centralization, the services, the statistics, the maintenance, the operations to be in one hub. And this is another thing which is related to standardization. We are looking to have a standardized government identity, to standardize the government procedures in order to have Oman government identity that's related to Oman government. And this is, of course, will lead to have an accurate statistics related to the government transactions. And this is, of course, will have a sustainability, will have a continuous observation, decision making, because what we're looking for to have a dashboard that will show a statistics about the number of transactions happened even at the moment. And this is like a centralized dashboard. What we're looking for, like we want to know to have one system, centralized system to showcase like what is the number of transactions, the number of inquiries received from the citizens, to the payment and everything. Moving to the last chapter for my presentation for today, how to prepare organization to embrace digital transformation. Basically, what I think, innovation is very important pillar when it comes to digital transformation. I think the organization, what they have to do, they have to invest in innovation lab. They have to empower the youth to adopt the emerging technology. They have to encourage them to be part of digital transformation ecosystem. Also, another thing I think, which is very important, that any organization, they have to continue improvement. They have to the policy and the regulation, they have to be up to date. If any technologies, because now there is a rapid technology happening in the world. Any technologies happen, the organization, they have to change the policies and regulations to meet these changes happen in the world. And of course, which is also important to spend a lot on research and developments in order to continue improvement. We encourage the organization to see what's the best practices, what's the global success stories when it comes to digital transformation within the organization, in order to adapt it with the company, even for private or to the government sector. Last but not least, which is the final thoughts, I think the organization, before adopting the digital transformation, they have to come up with a clear strategic execution plan. They have to come with a clear governance, to have a clear objectives, what they wanted to achieve from this digital transformation. Another thing, they have to have a regular assessment for the services. They have to involve and engage the citizens, the users, to know if they are satisfied about the services. If they are not satisfied, what's the reason? How we can enhance the services to meet the users' needs. And third, which is about building capacity and change management. A change management, building capacity, it's very important to upskilling even the employees within the government to meet, to meet all this emerging technologies happen in the world. And when it comes to the change management, it's important to each organization to have a clear change management plan. It's not about the technology. It's all about who will use this technology? That's why it's important to train and to empower the employees, the citizens to be part of this ecosystem. The last one, which is data. Data is very, very important when you decide to define the path of digital transformation. It's very important to set up all the regulations or any policies that will help to organize your data, to make sure that your data quality, the data is up to date. One is important to have the data governance strategy that will help the organization to accelerate the digital transformation in the future. I think this is the end of my presentation. It's my pleasure. If you have any questions, I am ready to answer it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Toraya, for that absolutely wonderful presentation. Yes, we have many chats popping up wherein 2 or 3 people have asked for more information on Makin that you were talking about. So we'll definitely share that offline with them. There's one question from a participant. Dear Ms. Toraya, thank you so much for sharing all the information about the unified platform. There is a question: does the Oman government have a unified payment portal for all its services?
Yes. So before we have e-payment gateway for all services, but now in this project for the National Unified Portal, we'll activate this platform again in order to meet all the services and transactions related to the government entities.
All right, I think that answers the question. As always, thank you so much, Ms. Toraya, for sharing your valuable time with us. We look forward to seeing you very soon in the grand finale as well. So till then, we wish you all the best and you have an excellent day. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to an end of our presentations. And now it's time to reveal the names of the winners of the World CIO 200 Oman. So with the vision to felicitate the hardest taskmasters of the year in the region, we would be giving the awards in 4 categories: Legend, Master, Leader, and Next Generation CIO. The next generation category winners are the ones who have broken the age barrier and proven themselves through the humongous projects that they have carried out in a short span of time. The leader CIOs are CIOs with an experience of 10 to 15 years and have multiple domain expertise. The winners in this category have excelled in leading transformation in the business models of their organization. The Master CIO, as the category also gives away, these winners are masters in unparalleled technological experience, backed with 15 to 20 years of career span. And the Legend category is for recognizing the seasoned CIOs who have been leading and mastering the technology for more than 20 plus years, and they are inspiring in their role and career, and they are also inspiring the upcoming and next generations of the budding CIOs as well. So with that, I would like to reveal the names of the winners of the World CIO 200 Oman edition. many congratulations to all the winners who made it to the local round today. And we look forward to seeing a few of them handpicked for the grand finale in Thailand on November 22nd to 24th. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of this absolutely wonderful day. I would like to thank all the speakers, Dr. Abdullah Barbani, Dr. Salim, and Ms. Noraya for the brilliant presentations that they have shared with us and for sharing their valuable time. I would like to thank all the participants also who have stayed with us throughout for this day. And before signing off, once again reiterating the thought that after completing the entire tour of the World CIO 200, we would be conducting the grand finale in Thailand. So once again, all the best to all the winners, and we look forward to seeing you in soon. So with that, it's me signing off. Stay safe, stay well, and see you soon. Thank you so much.